help might come in the most dangerous places or on the darkest streets. The truth might be found in pools of lamplight. Welcome to Coruscant Nights. In episode 6, we're joined again by Mary Frances Miller playing Maryl Katunka. In the company of her new droid, they make their way to the Blacklight District to try and settle their debts with Ruby Whiplash. The taxi takes off and heads down 2 levels to the Blacklight District. It is always dark in the Blacklight District. The neon lights are blinking everywhere, and the street goes on and on with bars and club and that sort of thing. He drops you off in front of Misty Mardigan's, a bar with atmospheric lounges.
I get out of the taxi cab as quickly as possible, grab TC, the protocol droid, and yoink him out, stick him next to me, throw some money at the cab driver.
Zooms off.
And he zooms off. I look at Misty Mardigan's and immediately duck to the side of the building and start walking behind it to find the place that Arjak told me about.
Yeah, so you walk the 2 blocks behind Misty Mardigan's and you spot a droid shop. It's got a neon sign of a binary load lifter, and when its arms are down, but when its arms are up, it says open. So it's a little animated sign.
Adorable. The sign says open, so I walk up to the door, peek in through the windows. The place seems pretty empty. I see one man behind the counter.
Yeah.
So
He's a Keldor. He's got a big mask on his face.
I see a Keldor behind the counter. So I open the door and sigh exasperatedly as I wait for TC to catch up.
TC catches up.
We go inside.
Another droid shop. Feels like home.
Oh, shut up, TC. I walk up to the man behind the counter. Hey, do you deal in assassination droids?
Who's asking?
I'm just asking for a friend. One's gone missing and I'm trying to track it down for him.
That's very interesting.
He's like looking around. See, maybe are you wearing a wire? Is somebody following you?
I don't have anything I can talk about assassination droids. I don't deal in assassination droids here. There's no assassination droids on the premises. Nope.
That's too bad. My friend Arjaka told me otherwise.
Arjaka.
So you do know something.
I know Arjaka. Goody two-shoes.
Well, he seemed to think you could help me. It'd be a shame to go back and tell him that you weren't willing to help out a friend of his.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I mean, a friend of Arjaka's a friend of mine. But I don't have any assassin droids here.
Oh, that's all right. I don't need to get one from you. I just need to know if you've seen one and can tell me who may be the owner of it. I pull out my picture and show him.
Droid seller client confidentiality, you know?
Is there anything I could do to help make the things a little less confidential?
Oh, you're trying to bribe me?
Bribe.
I'm sure,
entice.
Yes. What do you have? I can take some money. Yes.
Oh, all right. Well,
I'm a simple man.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, you gotta, show me your money. I will tell you what you want to know for money. Yes.
How about 100 credits?
No, I'm not gonna give up an assassin droid for that much.
150.
I didn't sell any assassin droids, by the way. That's nothing to do with me.
200.
200's getting closer.
250, and I won't break your arm when I'm done with you.
All right, now you're rolling a check.
Okay.
Coercion again.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Coercion I'm not good at. 2 willpower. Oh my gosh.
Really good at getting those advantages.
Yeah, but doesn't help anything else.
250's not gonna cut it.
All right, TC, would you call up Arjaka for me, please?
Very well, mistress.
You hear beeping internally as TC starts calling upstairs.
Fine. All right. Stop calling the guy. He'll pull one of your arms right out of your sockets.
Very true. I'd want to avoid that fate as well.
Hey, listen. I don't like you, but you're going to give me some money.
The feeling's mutual. Here's 250. Now
Great.
Tell me what you know.
Thank you. Rodian bought a assassin droid. Not from me. It's not from. I don't sell assassin droids. There's no assassin droids here.
Is Ruby Whiplash a Rodian?
Yeah.
Okay. What does a Rodian look like?
They are a shade of green with black to dark blue eyes, and they've got like rubbery, nubbly things on their head.
Oh, okay. So asking what color was their scalp? Is that more to the point? Or like, if it's not hair?
Any distinguishing features?
Okay, yeah. I'll ask that question then. This Rodian.
Yeah.
Male or female?
Female, I think, yeah.
Any distinguishing marks or features?
I think it was a Rodian. I don't know, she was wearing a helmet. Yeah, it's like could have been a Rhodian under there. Had that shape, the whole snout. I mean, could have easily been something else. 'Cause I don't know everything out there, but yeah.
Well, for this
Like crimson jumpsuit kind of thing though.
for this Rhodian,
Probably.
for this
a
possible
Rhodian.
Rhodian that you may have met,
Possibly,
who didn't
maybe.
bring you an assassination
Didn't buy
droid
it
that you
here.
definitely never saw and for sure never sold, is there anything that you can tell me about where I might find them?
She probably lives around here.
How would you know that?
Let's call it intuition.
So, is your intuition gonna point me in any specific direction?
Not for 250 credits, it's not.
I'm tired of dealing with this crook. So I'm either gonna attack him, but I don't really want to do that. I just kind of want to rough him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But with my luck, I'd kill him.
Yeah.
So I'm a little stuck here.
All right, so this droid shop is pretty different than Arjak's droid shop. Arjak had useful droids, things you translate, things that help pilot ships, that sort of thing. Down here you've got probe droids and droids that look fairly menacing that probably do the same thing as the droids upstairs. Lots of remotes, little floaty balls and stuff that could be useful for spying on people or sneaking around.
Tell you what,
Yeah, what?
I'll give you more money
Okay.
for one of these droids.
No, alright.
And I'll pay you if you do a little tweaking on my TC unit here so
Alright.
they can walk a little faster.
Yeah, a lot of people asked for that one. Alright. TC, whatever, get up on the table here. Face down.
And he starts working on TC. Starts working on the servos in the back of her legs. All right, what do you...
I start walking around the shop.
Yeah.
Looking around.
He calls back.
Anything you're looking for, besides information I don't have.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know if I see something that strikes my fancy.
Mhm.
I see that he has a lot of military model droids. A lot of things to help with interrogations and surveillance. Walking past shelves of military model droids and nothing that I can really use or need. I'm fine doing my own torturing. Don't need a tracking droid because that's what I do. I start walking past one shelf and something catches my eye. And I take a few steps backward. A shield remote. Now that would come in useful. I pick it up. How much for this?
What, that shield remote? 1100.
Seems a bit steep for a shield remote.
Hey, it's standard price. Things homemade. Put a lot of hours into it.
Does it have anything special that normal shield remotes don't have?
It's, again, standard stuff.
Well, where I come from, standard price runs no more than 800.
I mean, it'll protect you. It's got a general purpose scanner. It's got reinforced plating in the front. I don't know, it's pretty good.
I'll pay your ridiculous price if you give me the information I need.
Wait, what information was that again?
Where can I find this person? You seem to know where they live and you're not telling me for some reason.
I told you they live around here. I don't know. I guess I might have seen them the other night.
Interesting.
I mean, I saw what could be them. No helmet. Same red jumpsuit, but, red jumpsuits. Everyone's got a red jumpsuit. My mom's got a red jumpsuit.
Yes, they're very in right now. So this red jumpsuited individual with no helmet.
Yeah.
Describe him to me.
Rhodian. Red lipstick, red mohawk thingy, green-blue skin. Lady, I think.
I knew it. Finally, some useful information. Fine, I'll pay your ridiculous price just for that. So I throw the money on the counter.
Yeah, droid's almost done. It's gonna be another 1100.
Not happening.
Parts, come on, service.
I've been standing here. You've done nothing but
It's
rearrange
taken
what
me
was
15
already
minutes.
there. 15
I could have been doing other
minutes.
important things.
You were standing here. Come on.
You really like to argue with people who just try to make a living, don't you?
You know what? You're trying to swindle me. I have no problem with people making a living. Come on, man.
Fine, 900.
All right, fine. Still highway robbery. But you've been a little bit helpful with the information. Point me in the right direction, and I'll be out of your hair.
Well, it's probably a little early. It's what? I don't know. There's no day. There's no
6:30
light
in the
around here.
morning?
Yeah. It's probably a little early in the day, but you could try Misty Mardigans.
Thank you. Come on, TC, let's go.
The Keldor helps TC down from the table. Calls after you as you leave.
Enjoy your remote.
I noticed that TC is walking pretty well.
A little
and
faster.
Seems to be able to keep up with me a lot better.
You did an alright job.
Yeah, I did an okay job. I feel kind of bad for being so hard on him. So as I leave, before I close the door behind me, I toss him the difference between his original asking price for the repair.
Oh, hey, thanks.
No worries. Just don't tell anyone I was here.
Yeah, okay.
So I leave and close the door behind me.
My lips are sealed unless someone's got money.
Yeah. Close the door behind me and head to Misty Mardigan's.
Mm-hmm. This part of town, it looks like the party never stops.
What am I doing with Ruby?
That's a great question.
Like, when I find her, am I just killing her?
I don't know.
Well, is she supposed to...
Can you prove yet that Ruby...
Well, if she shows up, I think it will definitely be... If she shows up with that droid, then 100% it will be Ruby setting me up.
Yeah.
But if the droid's not with her, no.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. So I don't want her to see me unless I can see her with that droid.
Yeah.
So I don't want to confront her unless she shows up at Misty Mardigan's with the droid. That's really the linchpin to the whole thing, because that's the only identifiable thing. Okay. So I walk to Misty Mardigan's.
Misty Mardigan's is brightly lit, sort of oasis of neon in this dark, dark level. There are a couple entrances in front, and as you go in there, it seems like this place is always crowded. There are a bunch of people here. One long bar with 2 bartenders attending. They're doing like tricks with bottles and stuff. There are a few high top tables here and there. There are booths around the edges of the room. And off on the back wall there are a few what look like airlocks with neon signs above them displaying what kind of air is behind them.
Do Rhodians need to breathe certain air?
No.
Okay, so she doesn't have any reason to be over there.
Yeah.
I scan the bar and I look for a place that would give me a good vantage point of both entrances while keeping me relatively hidden.
Yeah, you see a good-looking booth in the corner.
Make my way over to the booth. It's positioned perfectly, but there's a stupid light shining right down on top of my head. I look around, make sure no one's watching me, and reach up with my repulsor fist and punch the light out real quick.
It's very dark in this corner now.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's still super early in the morning. There are a lot of people here, but no obvious sign of Ruby.
As I glance around the bar and observe the things going on, I notice that not many people are actually drinking. It looks like there are more business deals going down than anything else.
There are many business deals going down. There are also, on some of the tables, it looks like there are little respirators that people are like taking little puffs of helium and carbon monoxide and different stuff. There's a little computer that you can punch in the like combination of gases that you want.
Seems like just the place someone like Ruby would come to find her next hit. I'm planning on just like kind of hanging out here and watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because even when she shows up, I don't want her to see me for a while. I want to see who she's talking to, what she's doing. Does she have, the droid with her, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So time goes by. They only have snacks here. They don't have real food, but you order some sustenance to keep you going through the day. And after some hours go by, you finally spot the person that you think is probably Ruby Whiplash.
I notice someone in a red jumpsuit with a helmet on.
Yeah.
I make sure.
No, red jumpsuit with no helmet.
With no helmet on?
Yeah.
Oh, I see someone with a red jumpsuit and no helmet on. From this distance, they've only just walked in, so I can't tell very clearly. So I keep watching, waiting for them to walk underneath the light.
Walking under the light, you see that they've got the red lipstick. They've got the red mohawk that you associate with Ruby Whiplash.
It's her signature hairdo.
It is Ruby Whiplash. It's in her like normal day mode. She goes by her Rhodian name, Syrah.
Syrah.
Yeah.
Okay. Her Rhodian name is Syrah. So Ruby Whiplash is her working name?
Yeah.
She's a working girl. There she is, right when she walks under the light. I see the distinct red mohawk, bright red lipstick. That could belong to nobody but my arch rival, Ruby Whiplash. I push a little deeper into the booth to make sure she really can't see me.
You move a little deeper into the shadow of the booth, and Ruby walks up to the bar. She is waving at people that she knows. There's lots of people in the bar that she seems to know. And she starts talking with the bartenders. She leans on the bar, puts her chin on her knuckles, and starts flirting with the bartender.
Is there a droid with her?
There's no droid with her.
Alright, so I'm just going to watch her until I see something that I can use.
Yeah,
I don't really have anything else to do.
Is really just sort of hanging out, just talking to people. It's like she just knows people, likes to talk to people, and likes to be noticed.
Typical Ruby. Such a showboater.
And she finds a seat, keep watching. The people that she's sitting with, there is an Ishi Tib in a dark suit with a Duros and a Trandoshan.
Wasn't an Ishi Tib who owned the first assassination droid.
Yeah.
Janet Jarvis? What was his name? I don't remember. It was something like that.
It was Thassa Ver.
Thassa Ver.
Yeah.
Are there images in the database of who owns the droids?
There are not.
Okay, so I wouldn't recognize
No,
it.
you just got the name.
I just know that it's an Ishitib
Yeah.
named Thassa Ver.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I close enough to hear them?
No.
Okay. Do I notice any droids with this group of people that she's talking to?
No.
Suddenly dawns on me that maybe droids aren't allowed in this bar. 'Cause I know TC waited outside.
TC waited outside.
I didn't ask her to, but she just didn't follow me in, so I didn't think to push the issue.
Yeah, droids tend to not be welcome in bars because they don't drink. They're not going to buy anything. They don't want to take up the space. You watch them have a conversation, and Ruby gets up and leaves. The two people that were standing around with the Ishitib take the booth seats that Ruby was sitting in and start talking to the Ishitib.
Would Streetwise help me with, eavesdropping?
Streetwise would help you track Ruby if you wanted to go track Ruby.
Okay.
Perception would help you with eavesdropping.
Okay. I'm going to do a Streetwise check, and I'm going to slide out of my booth and exit.
Okay, so you
Try and follow Ruby.
slide out of your booth, push your way through the crowd, and exit Misty Mardigan's, where TC is waiting for you alone. Yeah, roll a Streetwise to try and track Ruby down.
I have 2 Streetwise and 2 Cunning.
So it's 2 yellows and 2. You're gonna play a game with no triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you rolling so bad
I got
today?
1 triumph.
You didn't get a triumph, did you?
Yeah, earlier I did.
Okay.
I got 1 triumph during the fight. That was when I exploded his head.
No, you didn't. You didn't get a triumph.
I thought you said I did.
No, you just
Oh.
you rolled 4 successes.
I'm rolling badly because I'm tired.
Yeah. You have an advantage. So you can't really tell which way Ruby went.
Did TC notice?
Follow me, mistress.
And she starts quickly shuffling to the west.
Follow behind TC with my shield. What's it called?
Your shield remote.
With my shield remote hovering nearby.
Okay, so you walk down this busy street, and as you keep walking, the crowd gets thinner and thinner, and the neon lights get replaced by periodic streetlights.
TC, are you sure she went this way?
Yes, I'm not quite sure how far she went, though.
Alright. Just don't take me down any creepy dark alleys.
You come to a 4-way intersection, flipping a dark side over for you, and leaning under one of the streetlights is Ruby Whiplash, waiting for you.
Well, hello there, Ruby. Fancy meeting you here.
Yeah, fancy meeting you here.
How you been busy?
Really didn't expect you to make it this far.
Yes, I know. I know you didn't. But now that I did, I think it's time for you to come clean and tell me what you've been up to.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Well, I have some footage that says otherwise.
Oh yeah, that footage. Cost quite a bit to get that made.
What's your end game, Ruby? What do you have to gain out of this?
It's competition, baby. It's all part of the game. You won't be the first one, you won't be the last.
Well, I may not be the first, and I may not be the last, but you're definitely not coming out of this alive, Ruby. You've made some very poor decisions, and really throwing my picture around for others to see, that was a bad idea.
Don't forget your name. Attached your name to that picture, didn't I?
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
really not smart of you to remind me of that, Ruby. Sorry, but it's time for you to die.
You really want to play it this way?
It's the only way I can play it, Ruby. You forced my hand.
Alright.
She snaps her fingers. Roll initiative. Were you expecting a fight?
Yeah,
You roll cool.
I was itching for a fight. 2 success, 1 advantage.
You want to roll it for your TC?
I do. Oh, what's TC? What is TC get?
TC's going to use vigilance. I don't think TC is ever expecting a fight.
1 success, 1 advantage.
All right, you have the first and third spots.
Okay. How far away am I from Ruby?
Close range. You are within 20 feet of her.
Okay, so I will need to use my rifle.
I mean, you could close the distance
And repulsor fister?
if you wanted to.
Would a running attack give me any disadvantages?
Nope.
Oh, okay, well let's do that.
All right, so what do you do?
Ruby, it's time for me to wipe that smirk off your face. I start running towards Ruby and take a flying leap when I get close enough with my right arm outstretched, repulsor fist at the ready.
Okay.
2 and 2 yellow, because brawn is 3.
Brawn is 3, and
So, and it's 2 rank,
so it's 2 yellow, 1 green.
2 yellow. Oh, 2 yellow, 1 green.
Yep. The bad rolling continues. You start running at Ruby, and you jump with your repulsor fist ready, and Ruby just sidesteps, and you land on one foot at sort of an awkward angle and stumble forward a little bit. Ruby's a little better than you thought she would be. You take a strain.
Do I have a shield card? Thank you. Just so I can.
So yeah, read it's got a skill.
Okay.
Bodyguard talent.
Once per round, a shield remote may suffer 1 wound to take the bodyguard maneuver to protect an engaged ally. Till the end of the shield remote's next turn, upgrade the difficulty of all combat checks targeting protected ally once. Cool. All right. So you get 1 disadvantage basically.
To upgrade means I get a red.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Are you doing that?
Yes.
All right. So it's taking 1 wound. How many wounds does it have?
6.
6?
6 wounds.
What did I give you?
You gave me 6 extra wounds to use. I need it the way I'm rolling tonight.
Okay. Look at that. All right.
I can't. What did happen?
All right. So you run at Ruby. She steps aside, and as she's stepping aside and you're sort of stumbling forward, she grabs this, it looks like a triangle of little spheres, and she lets them down and she starts swinging them around next to her, and she throws it at you, and they spin in the air, and you can see that there's a net attached to them, and they bounce off the ground right below where your foot was and skitter off into the distance. And now it's TC's turn.
Oh, TC. Bless you. Well, TC can't fight.
Yeah.
So, TC. What is TC gonna do?
You can tell TC to do something.
Is there anything like a frequency or noise or anything nearby, or like something that would annoy her or throw her off her game?
So the way I'm picturing this is that it's a cross street. There are streets going north, south, east, west. It's pretty dark. Maybe these buildings are apartments. We're away from the entertainment area on this level. We have established in previous games that there are common booths every once in a while.
Okay.
Because it's noir-ish, so phone booth makes sense. But you guys are just bathed in four corner streetlights right now.
Okay. Well,
you can add some set dressing if you want. There could be like sewer grates and stuff.
Sure,
like that.
but there's nobody that I would want TC to call because I work alone. I don't have any allies or friends or anything. Yeah. I would just yell at TC to get out of the way. TC, get out of the way!
TC says,
"Oh dear,"
and starts shuffling into the
quickly.
darkness.
Shuffling quickly.
Yeah, quickly shuffling. Correct. Perfect. But TC's not alone in the shadows here.
Uh-oh.
Out of the darkness, a red bolt of light shoots and singes your thigh.
Ah!
And 6 damage minus your, so.
My leg stings and I'm in shock. Who shot me? I stand up. It's not a deep wound and didn't hit me very hard, but it's enough to make me angry and wake me up out of my stupor. I gotta do better than this. I look around to see where the shot came from.
It came from the darkness in one of the corners of this intersection.
I yell, TC, go check it out!
Yes, mistress.
My attention has to be focused on Ruby right now, though. So I turn back to her and go back on the offensive. Okay, so I'm going to use my repulsor fist again.
Yep, so it's going to be difficulty 2.
Oh, yeah, 1 green, 2 yellow.
Yep. And do you want to, like, aim it or anything?
Yes.
So you take blue. She's wearing armor.
Oh.
Like actual armor, rather than just fancy clothes.
So even though I'm aiming for her face?
Yeah.
The pain in my leg has served to sharpen my senses. It was the wake-up call I needed. I focus all my energies and I feel a certain force flowing through me.
Flipping a light side
Flipping
to dark
a light side.
to upgrade a green to a yellow.
I take aim and ready my fist. Ha!
Finally?
Ha!
Finally a good hit?
I finally did so many good things. It's about time.
Alright, so your base damage is 8, is that correct?
Yes.
It's plus 8, right?
Plus 8.
So it's your brawn plus that, so base damage is 11.
Correct.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Did I explode her head?
So, as soon as Ruby saw you coming back at her, she pushed a button on her neck and her helmet started to in case your technology beat her technology, and your punch hit home. As the helmet closed up, Ruby flew backward and landed on the ground, unmoving.
I breathe a sigh of relief, but the fight's not over. I have to figure out what shot me in the leg.
Yeah.
TC, what was that?
Since Ruby's down, it's that whatever that is. It's their turn.
Oh, okay. I can't rest. I know there's someone else out there fighting me, so I turn around towards the shadows again.
You see a droid walk out of the shadows, aiming a blaster pistol at you. Oh boy. He attempts to shoot you multiple times, but they go wide as TC walks up to this droid and starts batting it with her metal hands.
I recognize the droid immediately from the footage. It's the assassination droid with the strange markings that I've been trying to find.
Yep. You see the red swirl on its shoulder.
This is just the confirmation I needed.
The ruby whip.
The ruby whip. This was all the confirmation I needed to confirm for me that Ruby was indeed behind all these attacks, and this assassination droid was working for her. I pull out my blaster rifle. It's my turn, right?
It's TC's turn.
Oh, it's TC's turn.
And then it's your turn.
He's just batting the thing, though.
She's just hitting him. Yeah.
That's all she's doing.
She can't really do much more.
Just literally nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, TC, can you get out of the way now, please? TC, just move.
Yes, mistress.
She backs up.
I can do athletics. I can use enhance with my athletics.
You can.
Perfect. Can I use my athletics and my repulsor fist at the same time?
Technically, no.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want it to shoot me again, and it's assassination droid. It's literally programmed to kill me. Yeah. So I don't want to risk anything, take any more chances. So I rush the droid with my repulsor fist ready.
Got it.
Okay. And I take.
Make sure you take your 2 strain.
Yes. Okay. Dang it. So I have.
No, that's it. That's 2 hits and a threat.
Oh, because those cancel each other.
Yeah. Tell me how you destroy this droid.
It's just shaped like an R2 unit. Is that right?
It's a little bit more anthropomorphic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it has arms and legs.
Yeah.
Okay. And any head to speak of? Or is it just kind of flat across?
It does. We'll say that it's got sort of a tube-like head.
Okay.
Almost like IG-88.
Okay.
But not quite.
Got it. All right.
A little more basic.
I rush at the assassination droid. With my repulsor fist, I punch him in the chest, and it busts a hole into its core. With my Kalarian arm, I hold onto its shoulder so it'll stop moving. With my bionic arm, I grab its other arm and rip it off. I can do that, right?
I guess, sure.
I'm pretty strong.
Sure.
I grab my other arm and rip it off. And it starts leaking fluid and juddering and short-circuiting and sparking everywhere. I let it fall to the ground, and I watch as it shudders out.
Also, listeners, don't correct us when we use the repulsor fist for 2 turns in a row, even though it has to recharge between turns.
We make the rules here.
We make the rules. That's the fun of this game, is that you can do whatever you want. Throw the rule book out the window, just play.
Yeah, you're 12 years old. What do you know?
Ruby whiplashes down on the ground. TC is wandering around in circles. What is Maryl going to do next?
Well, done all I can here, I guess. Cleared up that issue. I pull out the data pad and I call TC over and tell TC to wipe all record of that footage off of the Clone Trooper database.
You're gonna have to roll to see if TC can do that.
Yeah, what do I roll?
It's computers with intellect.
He doesn't have computers. How is that possible?
TC's not an R2 unit.
Oh, but it has 3 intellect.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 3 greens.
All right.
It's gonna be 2 purples and a red, because I'm flipping a dark side point.
Of course you are.
It's a success. Come on.
Yeah, and then what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
to me?
3 threats.
Yes, mistress.
And TC plugs a little cord from her
USB
side
cable
into an auxiliary port on the side of the data pad, and
All footage has been wiped from the clone network,
Perfect. Thanks, TC. Let's get out of here.
and I've accidentally triggered an alarm.
TC, when did you trigger it? Who's coming for us? How much time do we have?
30 seconds ago.
Oh my gosh.
Phone barracks 247. We have approximately 5 minutes.
Son of a gun, Dark TC. What's the quickest way out of here? I'm calling a taxi.
If we head north, we should end up at the docks in a matter of minutes.
Can we do this on foot?
Yes.
Well, get to running, TC. And I start running towards the docks.
You start running towards the docks, TC waddling quickly after, and you two disappear into the darkness of the Western Blacklight District. A few minutes later, some clone troopers arrive on the scene. They pick up the body of Ruby Whiplash and they take a look at this droid. One of the clone troopers has some blue markings on his armor, and he looks at the droid, and it seems like he's thinking for a second, and he pulls out a data pad and he looks back and looks at the arm of the droid and the red swirl on it. And he looks at his data pad and looks a little confused because this thing that he knew was there isn't there anymore. And we see him talking to one of the clones and gesturing and being confused. And they load up the two bodies onto their patrol boat and fly away.
TC and I make it to the docks. I look behind us and there's no one following us.
Nope.
I look for a ship that looks small enough for me to handle on my own, and something that's abandoned that I could easily hijack.
You notice a Delta 12 Sky Sprite. It is an arrowhead-shaped ship with blue markings on it. You know it's the ship that Jedi tend to like to drive. And its cockpit is open. Its R2 unit is not there. It's one of the rare models with 2 seats.
Perfect. TC, come on, we're going to that ship.
Yes, mistress.
We climb on board, and I see that it's a familiar setup. I've flown ships with this similar setup before.
Kuat systems. Ships tend to be kind of the same on the inside.
Exactly, and I'm really familiar with that setup. I close the door and ready the engines for takeoff.
Yeah.
I warm up the thrusters.
Yeah, this ship on its own doesn't have hyperdrive capabilities, but I'm sure you could retrofit it later on.
No one's following me yet, so I know that I still have a pretty good head start.
Yep.
So I take off, fly off into the Coruscant Night, just glad to be getting off this filthy planet.
The end.
Cool!
Thanks for playing.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Coruscant Nights.
Thanks to Mary Frances for playing in this session. Follow Mary Frances's adventures in Spain on Instagram at mfinspain.
Thanks to Nick Skowron for our music. You can find more of his music at pro-am.bandcamp.com.
You can find us on social media at Coruscant Night on Twitter and at Coruscant Nights on Instagram. You can email us at coruscantnightspod@gmail.com.
Love the show and want to show your support? Leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and stop by our Patreon for extra Star Wars goodness.
Now stay tuned for a preview of next week's episode.
Love the show.
Hey, stop. The door slides open, and you walk into the airlock. The door slides closed behind you, and the one in front of you opens. And this room seems like it's filled with smog. You can barely see about 4 feet ahead of you.
All right, I'm gonna push forward.
You can tell that it's not a really big room. It's sort of like a sauna. There are benches along the walls where people can sit, small tables where they can put their drinks down.
I'm gonna see him very quickly if he's in here.
Yep. So there are a couple people in this room.
I announce to the room, looking for a gan named Borgus. He's under arrest.
One person stands up, and you hear him talking. You don't understand a word he is saying.
Right. Just, maybe if you pointed, that would be helpful.
It is the guy you're looking for.
Is he still wearing a red robe?
Yeah, he's wearing the red robe, but he doesn't have his mask on, so he looks different. He's got a bug face.
Looks all gross. Okay.
Yeah.
Get your mask on, you're coming with me.